Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna be doing several videos today, so I'm gonna be dressed in the same clothes. I'm not getting dressed up, but I know you guys understand because you guys just want the info and I have it to give it to you. So today right now, I'm gonna cover the day of surgery and the day after surgery. So the day of surgery, we were picked up. We had to be at the clinic at 6 a.m. So we were picked up promptly at 5:30 a.m. The night before surgery. You are not going to eat any food after 10 p.m. No snacks, not even water. So make sure you eat as much as you can the day before surgery because you're probably not going to eat again until God knows when. So pretty much what I packed in my overnight bag was, you have to bring ID because you're going to have to fill out paperwork once you get to the clinic. It's just like you're checking in a hospital. You're going to have to fill out the paperwork that, you know, your name, your address, emergency contact info, and then you're going to be given a wristband. So you're going to need your ID. In my overnight bag, I had compression socks. I had a tank to go under my faja. I had a maxi dress that was larger than my normal size. I had an extension cord. I cannot stress how important having this extension cord is because the outlets in your clinic, in your room that you're going to be assigned, is not going to be close to your hospital bed. So please remember that extension cord. I had my safety box, my safety combination box, because I don't know where my things are gonna be while I'm under. So I made sure that once I was finished with filling out the paperwork, I put my ID, I put everything in that combination box, and I placed it in my bag. I had my ab board, my lipo foams, and my boppy pillow if you're having a BBL. Do not forget those things. I also gave my friends and family Dr. Medina's assistance number for them to follow up. If you're traveling alone, that is important. I did have surgery buddies and they did have my emergency contact info. I did go before one of my surgery buddies, so she was kind of the next person in line to make sure that my husband knew that I was okay. However, I wanted my mom to have the assistance number. I also gave it to my husband as well for them to follow up and check up on you, which is very important. So those are the items that I had in my bag. So once the paperwork was completed, I found out that I was first for surgery. Honestly, was I happy about it? Yes. Because I was having so much doubts. I was scared. I was nervous. Like the Dr. Medina's driver asked me if I was okay. And, you know, he gave me a hug and a kiss on my forehead. And he said, I have been here for 17 years or whatever long it was. And there has never been an issue. There has never been a problem. Immediately after that, I saw another psych. I had a psych evaluation. She asked me how I was feeling. I told her I was nervous. She made me feel at ease. She told me that they've never had any issues for the entire time that she has been employed with Dr. Medina and at the hospital or at the clinic. So that made me feel good also, but I was glad to go first. And I'm gonna let you know why I was glad to go first. Because I had not eaten from the night before. I did not want to feel nauseated. I was going to be given a blue pill at some point, I heard. And I was going to be given whatever, anesthesia. So I was first, which was also nerve-wracking, but I was glad to be first. Then I was immediately rushed to change into my hospital gown and to start my IV. And I was given the blue pill. And I was given the blue pill with less than an ounce of water, pretty much just to wash it down. And I promise you, immediately after I got that blue pill, I remember I was on the phone, I was texting back and forth with my friends and my family and my husband, and I told them that I got the blue pill. I don't even know what happened. All I remember that I had the phone in my hand. I was completely knocked out. I didn't know where my phone was. I didn't know where my bag was. I didn't know where anything was. I remember the nurse that was doing my IV, I asked her who was going to have my personal belongings, and she said she was going to hand it over to Dr. Medina's assistant, Marielle. So ultimately, Marielle did bring my things when I woke up. I felt nothing. I was awake the entire time. The only thing that I remember was hearing them call my name for me to wake up. I woke up, I saw Dr. Medina's face, and she said, hi, my beautiful Barbie, you look beautiful. And I was happy to see her. They immediately put me in my stage 1 faja, and that was it. And then I was, I think I fell back asleep, and then I was placed in the recovery room, and ultimately I woke up. I did not feel any pain at that moment. I was in and out of sleep. I didn't wake up during surgery. That day at the clinic, the nurses and the doctors came in and checked on me every 5 minutes, and I mean every 5 minutes. The care at the clinic was like no other. The night of the clinic, you are assigned a private nurse if you're going by yourself. My private nurse, she took care of me. She brought me tea. She rubbed my head. She kissed my forehead. She slept right next to me the entire night. If I needed anything, she was there. She did not move from my bedside. She was so sweet. She was like an older lady. The following day, or was it the night? Oh, that night I had a panic attack. And my panic attack, I think, was brought on. I'm claustrophobic. So my panic attack, I think, was brought on either because my iron was low, which I found out the following day that my iron dropped, or it was because I had on the faja, I had on the compression socks, and I just felt so hot. I started stripping out of my clothes. They had to like drop the AC in my room. They had to like bring in a fan, an additional fan to kind of like calm me down. My call button worked. I was right next to the nurse's station. I refused for them to close the door because I wanted to make sure that someone could hear me. I did not want them to close the door at all. And if I had an issue and I pressed my call button, someone was there, but I did not want them to close the door. Just to let you know, hardly anyone spoke English. Dr. Medina did come in. She did check on me. Both of her assistants came in. They checked on me, which was really nice. And the following day, we're at day after surgery. Day after surgery, I was not feeling good. My head was spinning. I had a headache. I didn't know what the problem was. They took my blood. They found out that my hemo had dropped to a 7, which was low. Dr. Medina will not release me with a 7 hemo. So pretty much what they had to do was they had to give me iron infusions. 2 or 3 bags of iron infusions I got. And then it brought my hemo up. And then eventually I was released that night at 9 p.m. However, the doctors kept on coming in every 5 minutes. Dr. Medina assistant came in. She checked on me. And then I got my first massage. I got my first massage the day after surgery in the clinic by one of Dr. Medina's massage therapists. Her name is Annie. Annie came to see me, and her body is sick, by the way. You're going to want to ask like Annie. She's beautiful. She came in, and she literally cleaned me from head to toe. Head to toe. She literally washed me down. She wiped me down. She did my first massage very gently with this nice oils or whatever she was using. And she told me that I had to wear my faja. I had to keep my faja on. She actually changed my She put my lipofoam on. She put my tank on. She took care of me that day in terms of where massage is concerned, and cleaning me up and make sure that everything was good. And then ultimately I was released that night at 9. I felt better after the iron infusions, but thank God I listened to Dr. Medina and I did not get my arms done, because I think my hemo would have dropped way lower than expected, and I think I would have been at risk. So listen to your doctor. Don't try to convince her otherwise. You know, try to negotiate. Maybe if you want to do your BBL and your arms, maybe you have to come back. Maybe you just have to try to work them out. I don't know. But if she thinks that it's not in your best interest, I think you should seriously listen to her. Because I went there with a hemo of 13.8. I never ever thought that my hemo would have dropped to below 7 or 7 after my surgery, and it did. And you know, I did not feel good at all after surgery. I was able to, you know, communicate. I was able to laugh. I was able to communicate with my family, but I had a headache like no other, and my head was spinning. The driver came to pick me up the night at about 8 p.m., something like that. Then I was taken back to the recovery house, where I got the chance to see all the people that were there, and they had dinner for me waiting. They pretty much, you're released with instructions. You are released with a prescription. And if you did bring meds, whatever meds that you did not get, then you would have to purchase them. So I did not have the blood thinners, so I got that. Also didn't have sleeping pills, so I got sleeping pills, and I also got the creams and the lotions that Dr. Medina suggested. So I think I paid $178 US. They are able to order it at the recovery house, and it was delivered that night from the pharmacy. So pretty much my meds was delivered at like 9 o'clock at night, which was interesting. You can pay with cash or with credit card. Excuse me, as long as your credit card company knows that you are traveling and that you're able to use your card. So that's what occurred with me. Day of surgery, day after surgery. So that's it. I know I have more videos to do, and I'm gonna see what else I could do today while I'm up in the mood to do it. But I hope that helps you guys. You know, I worked on my hemo for months, and when I got there, it was 13.8, and I'm sure it was probably higher at the time of surgery, because, you know, but that's what happened to me. Again, my videos are only based on my experiences only. I did have surgery buddies. I have referenced several of their experience as well, which I am going to do a video probably on my surgery buddies, their statuses, what's going on with them. But so far so good. We're all doing good. It was a total of, we picked up one while we were in DR. She's awesome. So now it's 6 of us. And you will meet surgery buddies when you're there if you're staying at a recovery house, just to let you know. I know a lot of people is asking me, how did I meet my surgery buddies? I met my surgery buddies on who reached out to me on Instagram, on Real Self. But I am gonna see if I could create a platform for you all. Like, I think I'm gonna create like a Facebook group or something, so that you guys can, you know, enter the group and be able to become surgery buddies, because it was important to have one. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, do whatever you do. If you have any questions or concerns, surgeryjourney@gmail.com. I do try my best to get back to you guys as quickly as possible, because I don't like to send people messages and they don't respond. Bye.